I'm Chef DiMarvelous, and I'm an interpreter here at the St. Louis Zoo. Today we have a special treat. Today we're in the kitchen, and we're going to talk about diets. We don't have time to go through every item that's on this diet, but let's take a look at it. And you notice a lot of small pieces of food here. Now, if you were trying to figure out what animal ate this diet, and you guessed bird, you were right on. Because the animal that eats this diet here at the zoo is a bird, and it's our great Indian hornbill. I'll finish cutting this banana, and as I do, I want to mention that any food we give to our animals is also fit for human consumption. Now, I know there's some smart like young man out there probably saying, oh, their hay is fit for human consumption. Well, not the hay, but any human food that we would eat, that we give to our animals, is fit for human consumption. So our diets are always approved. They do change though. So what you see on the show, there may be a little difference because animals are always changing. Animals get older and their diet changes. All the hornbills, there are like 56, 57 different species, all have these long beaks. And many of them, such as the great, have this huge casque on top of it. And you'll notice here that he has a small piece of food in his mouth. And it's very important that the pieces of food are small. What happens is, it's the way they nest that calls for small pieces of food. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of the nest. Now, male and female mate, and then the female searches for an empty cavity in a tree somewhere or in a cliffside. And when she finds what she wants, she will go inside and lay the eggs. And then she will, what's called, they mud up the hole. So if you take a look at this picture, here is the original opening to this cavity in this tree. And you can see all this brown in here. This stuff is all what was mudded up by the male and the female. They use poop, they use mud, they use leaf pieces of bark, things like that. And the male will gather these things, collect them, brings them up to the female, who nests herself and builds these out until there's a narrow slit for protection from predators. Now, he will then feed her. She's totally reliant on him feeding her. And this goes on until the chicks hatch. She will feed the chicks from inside. Then at some point, she breaks out of the nest, and she and the male and the chicks instinctively remud it up to protect the chicks. And now the male and the female take turns bringing food to her. I'm going to do a little demonstration. I have a pair of tongs here to represent the beak. And what will happen is, get a piece of food, and then they will move it back somewhere in the rear of their mouth. You won't see it at the beak. Then they'll come over to the chick. Now, we don't have a real chick here, but I do have a special guest. I have this chick here today, who is our guest, and I'm going to show you how this works. The opening is here, it's narrow. The chick can stick its head out. Mom, Dad come over back here, and they just roll it easily into the chick. Oh, chick, they're new, they're learning. Anyway, it drops in and goes right into the chick's mouth. That's how they feed them. Then, eventually, the chicks are big enough to actually instinctively break out of the nest cavity, and they take off and fledge. So thanks for watching Who Eats What. We hope to see you at the zoo real soon.